Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Scarlet Gamer. As I said in my reintroduction video, I was going to talk about, in my second video, I was going to talk about Gotham Knights. Um, Now here's the thing, man. Gotham Knights, okay, obviously, Arkham Knight came out way back in 2015. That was the last game of the Arkham series, and for some people, the game worked. For others, it didn't. For me, the game was okay, except for that particular boss battle with the Arkham Knight, aka Jason Todd. That boss battle is just incredibly fucking difficult. Sorry for my language. Just extremely difficult. Um, even on normal, that game is difficult. Um, Other than that, though, I didn't mind the whole Batmobile thing, and the graphics were good at the time. They're still good. The combat was good. That was the best version of that free flow combat system um, in any of the Arkham games. Um, Arkham Asylum was the foundation. Arkham Knight was the culmination. So as the years went by, uh, speculation began to rise of like, okay, well, what's Rocksteady going to do next? Um, is it going to be Rocksteady doing a new game? Is it going to be WB Games Montreal? And one of the channels I'm subscribed to, shout out to my boy Slick Morph, is that um, a new Batman game was going to be on the way. As a lot of you may or may not know, one of them was a canceled Damian Wayne game. Um, that didn't come around, and so fast forward to now, and you have Gotham Knights. Now, look, Gotham Knights. If you go around the net, you're going to see the scores that it got. It wasn't, it wasn't. They weren't good scores. They weren't good scores, but I think the game is okay. I don't think the game is terrible. I think the game once you get into that game's uh, once you get into the gameplay loop, the game is okay. It's not gonna blow you away. The combat is clunky. Um, for example, right now I'm on my second playthrough of the game with Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl. My first playthrough was completely with Nightwing. Um, I would free roam here and there with the other characters, but my first playthrough was with Nightwing. For my second playthrough, I said, "Well, let me play as Batgirl." And I mean, I guess the timing of the critical hits. I don't mind that they're different for every character per se, but like with Barbara, I could tell it's difficult to get critical hits with her. Um, so yeah, I mean, look, the game is okay. It's not. The graphics don't bother me. The story doesn't bother me. Well, let me backtrack on that. I, it's a small nitpick, but the whole thing with the Court of Owls, they should have been much more of a primary presence in the game. I feel like something was off with their implementation in this game, and it didn't quite hit the mark. Um, but it's a if X Play was still on, they'd probably give it a 2 out of 5, maybe a 3 out of 5, being if they felt like being generous. But and again, shout out to my boy Slick Morph. he and it just seems like a lot of you other YouTubers ain't really talking about that game. I guess it really just ain't hit the mark for people, and it's a shame because we waited a long time for this game. Me and a lot of you guys that may be watching this, you guys waited a long time. You know, from 2015 to this year. How many years is that? That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 7 years. You know, that's a while. So that's a while. It's just all we really have to go by, to look forward to rather is Justice League versus the Suicide Squad. That's the game that's gonna really make or break Rocksteady. I made a video 5 years ago when I tried doing this YouTube thing where I was very upset with with Rocksteady. I mean, we're talking E3 of that year, 2017, and those guys. I mean, granted, it was only 2 years after Night, but even 2 years after that game came out, people wanted to know what they were gonna do next, and so we wait all these years, and the end result is Knights. You know what I'm saying? Like Knights just didn't quite hit the mark. It's again, it's a decent game, but it could have been so much better. It could have been so much better. I'm only playing it because I'm a comic book guy. I'm a Batman guy. You know, and I don't mind too much the game's shortcomings, but it's just a shame. We waited all these years, and Nice is what we got. You know, so like I said moments ago, we just have to wait for uh, Rocksteady's next title next year, Justice League versus the Suicide Squad. That game needs to blow it out the water. That game really needs to blow it out the water. If it doesn't, you know, it's going to be very, very unfortunate. Um, and honestly, this is why just in general, I'm much more of a comic book guy. When it comes to comic book characters and interpretations of characters of those characters, I prefer the comics. You know, the problem with the video games at the end of the day, even if they're good, if they're good or bad, you have to wait so many years in between. And yes, I understand, game development is not easy, and you have to be patient. You have to let these guys try to do their thing. But comics is just it's every Wednesday, it's every month, and you're gonna have good stories, you're gonna have bad stories, but the characters are always gonna be there. You don't have to wait too long. Same thing with the movies. You know, um, the Batman did good, for example, but God knows how long we have to wait for that sequel. With Battinson. So, yeah, at the end of the day, man, Gotham Knights is it's a decent game. You know, so if you haven't played it, I would say if you're not playing anything right now, if you're kind of going through a gaming lull, uh, then just play the game. Buy it, play it. Take your time with it if you want, or rush through it, whatever you want to do. But if you're playing a whole bunch of other things right now, Gotham Knights can wait. Gotham Knights can wait, man. They can wait. Um, I need to figure out what my next video is going to be about. I was going to make a list of some of the most of the stuff I wanted to talk about, but I think if I had to say off the top of my head, it'd be I guess the Spider-Man books, the Amazing books right now, or maybe something else. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. This is Scarlet Gamer signing out. Peace.